Welcome to the Elk Season Podcast, Season 5, Episode 13. Today is July 16th?
That's correct.
July 16th, 2026. We are the Chambers Brothers. My name is Harold.
David.
And, it's 45 days till Elk Season. 45 days. And today on the Elk Season Podcast.
Yeah, we're going to have a water report. We're going to talk about wolves in several states, including, but maybe not limited to, Colorado, California, Wyoming, Idaho, Montana. I don't know, all of them. EPA and grizzlies in the news. Excited for that one. Coyote bounty. CWD shows up again. Man-eating bear. I'll let you determine what we might get to until we get to it. That, and we have a couple things locally. I've got something to share with you from Shoshone Falls.
Oh, nice.
And then early 90s memory.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, all that and more on the Elk Season Podcast.
All right. I wanted to have a really quick discussion, a fun, lighthearted discussion on hybrid. What is a hybrid? We talked about the Scout last week.
Oh yeah. Which is
so. What do you call the hybrid of a lion and a tiger?
It's a liger.
It's a liger.
Yeah.
What do you call the hybrid of a tiger and a lion?
I don't know.
It's a tie-on.
Oh, okay.
But it's still a hybrid.
Okay. Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I'm saying the Scout is a hybrid, and so is the Prius. Right? They just have different daddies.
I don't call the Scout a hybrid, though.
You don't.
Yeah,
I do.
Okay.
I do. I'm saying it's a hybrid, and I'm saying just because it's not a liger, it's a tie-on, doesn't mean it's not a
Keep
hybrid.
it lighthearted, man. That's
right?
what you're
doesn't
telling
mean
me.
it's right. Doesn't mean it's not a hybrid. Anyway, I just thought that was a fun comparison. That was all I wanted.
No, that's fair. It's fair. I deserve it. But here's in all fairness to that argument, because I got all like, it's not a hybrid, it's a range extender.
Right.
I was calling it hybrid up until I differentiated, and my brain goes black and white on those two differentiations, and then I can't get out of that. But it's not. It doesn't need to be that way. I get it.
Right.
I just, I have a point to be made. But it's really not. It's not.
And I was like, no, it is a hybrid, but how do I wrap my head around?
It's an EV with a range extender. That's what it is, Harold.
It's so different. Yeah.
It's not a liger.
Think about it.
Anyway, I do want a Scout, and I've wanted one since I saw that comes out of my mouth. You got to take everything seriously after that. When I saw it demonstrated by one of my favorite YouTubers, or not a favorite YouTuber, but a YouTuber I like to watch.
Yeah, and it looks big.
Yeah,
it looks big. The Rivian looks cool. I don't know if I'd fit in it.
Yeah. I saw one parked next to my. I actually sent you a picture, I think, of a Rivian parked next to my Ford Escape when I had it.
Yeah, that's right.
And my
that's
Ford
right.
Escape wasn't that much smaller than it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's the size of a Tacoma.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And the one of the main glaring issues that is really paramount to EVs is the inability for you to repair incidental damage, like to the fenders and things like that. And that concerns me. So I don't know.
How do you mean?
Well, like if you have a Rivian or even a lot of the Tesla stuff, even particularly Cybertruck, all of the panels are like fused in a way that you can't just take it to a regular body shop. And it costs a lot more because it's a specialty thing. And so having any kind of damage or dings, if insurance isn't covering, it's out of pocket. So you better be stacked with the cash to do it. There is a company that's releasing a vehicle soon that's on pre-orders right now that is 100% customizable to the point that you can take off fenders if you want to.
Right.
Slate trucks.
Okay.
And so it starts at like $25,000 with
right. Edison Motors
nothing.
is the same philosophy. You have right to repair.
Yeah.
Everything on these vehicles, you should be able to just go and buy and fix yourself.
My hope is that Scout has at least elements of that incorporated to it. Not that I want to replace a fender, but you see, I've got a neighbor up the street that has a minivan, but they've put a new fender on it because they obviously had some damage. And I'm like, it's the wrong color, but it still works. And like, we should be able to do that.
Right.
And it should be able to be done easily.
That's right. Keep the insurance money. Go to the parts yard. Get something and fix it up, man. Stupid insurance companies.
I digress, but
I don't want. You don't want me to digress. I'll digress.
I will so gress. Now,
so much news.
Yes, so let's get into it. So
conservation this week, it's crazy.
So where do you want to start then?
The biggest news.
Let's go grizzly.
Where if governors are having impromptu press conferences live on Facebook because of a new policy, and it has to do with outdoors, we want to know about it. We got to talk about it. And the grizzly bear, there's been a lot of dominoes falling over the past few weeks with the new Trump administration and delisting, or not delisting, but removing regulations on the Endangered Species Act.
Yeah.
Right. So part of this is turning active management over to the states, much like they did with wolves.
Yeah.
And I think the wolves is such a great example, because they turned management over to the state in Montana, Idaho, and Wyoming, and all three of them are desperate to get rid of wolves, except in one area in Wyoming we'll talk about later.
Yeah. Well, and I think what we talked about recently on this podcast with the largest spans of potential grizzly bear habitat here in Idaho, I wonder if that's part of the dominoes that will eventually bring them back. Again, it's hard to predict the future. In fact, it's impossible to predict the future, but you can hope that some of these things lead to having some of this restored into our habitat spaces.
Yeah. And so the way I see active management from a distance, right, from a 30,000 feet from far away, we say, okay, there's too many grizzly bears, let's say around Island Park, right? Some of the grizzly bears are coming too close to human habitation, some ranches near Island Park.
Yep.
Okay, so Idaho is, Island Park, Idaho. So Idaho says, okay, we want to get some grizzly tags out there.
Yep.
So that grizzlies are actively hunted in those areas. And that is pressure on those bears. And those bears will back away from that pressure or be killed.
Yep. Hazing. It's basically.
It's basically a slow hazing of getting to understand, you teach your kids you got shot at here.
Yep.
Right? There's a road here. You teach your kids you dig into food, you dig in garbages, you're going to get shot at. Those bears need to be doing some genetic learning, right?
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people are like, oh, everybody gets a grizzly tag and they're going to be wiped out. And it's going to be worse than trying to get a moose tag. Right? Moose tag is once in a lifetime. You're going to be so crazy lucky.
I would imagine that it's going to be very thoughtful and intentional with how they would roll out any management programs that would allow the harvest of a grizzly bear.
Right. Just as they were with wolves.
Yep.
But it's a serious enough issue. Because of the book, The Grizzly in the Driveway, The Return of Bears to a Crowded American West is the subtitle. And we've been talking about and following the grizzly bear story ever since the Elk Season Podcast started, because they're part of the elk ecosystem in a very big way. In a very big way. And I want a healthy grizzly population, and I want active management. The active management just needs to happen. And so now we have Gianforte from Montana. The governor of Montana holds a press conference. Wyoming comes out and makes a statement. I think Idaho also made a statement, right? Because they're part of that.
Yeah. Governor Little supports this initiative to returning.
Yes. Even though there's hardly, between Idaho, Montana, and Wyoming, Idaho's not really on the list for bears, grizzly bears. We have proximity to Yellowstone, and we have proximity in northern Idaho to Glacier.
But Idaho is the active conversation about how to link those two zones together.
Indeed. Those two distinct genetic populations need to be linked on the border of Idaho and Montana, right? According to some studies that I've read, that is where they're naturally going to go, is up through the Pioneer Mountains that stretch from Spencer, Idaho, up to near Salmon, Idaho. And they're going to fill in, and there's ranches on the Jackson side, right, and Wisdom side, and there's ranches on the Lemhi side, and we're gonna see a lot. We're gonna see a lot, and there's probably not going to be hunting along that corridor.
Not anytime in the near future, but
right, I couldn't imagine.
But getting it back into an active place, watching how their populations start to grow, I think good things will happen even in our lifetime.
Yeah, well, I think this is a good thing. I think that being able to hunt grizzly bears again, being able to manage,
good things for their population,
and for their population, right? They need to be hazed, right? They need to go through some of that learning.
enough of this. I want to say we've said it before, and I'm just reiterating a point we've made. All wild animals really need to be hazed. We need to stop with these fancy videos of like, here, bear, come eat off my porch, or oh my gosh, I'm not going to do anything to try to scare this animal away. Lock the
screen door. I put some watermelon on the back porch. Lock the screen door.
So enough of that.
If bears are habituated to food, it's bad news.
Fed bear
is a dead bear.
There you go.
So this is big picture stuff that's just starting to happen. We're not going to see grizzly bear tags on sale right. We've seen them in the past go in Wyoming, and people were upset about it. I'm sure it'll happen in Montana and Idaho and Wyoming again, and maybe there'll be a judge that stops it again. I don't know, but I do believe active management needs to happen, and we're going to see on the episode on the Elk Season Podcast tonight. You're going to understand why giving states active management is so important.
Yeah,
so incredibly important.
So, do we want to jump to that active management?
Yeah.
So because that really you're segueing into the wolves.
Exactly.
And so, which wolf story do we start with?
Well, I would start with California, because California has 80 wolves. Idaho has more than 1,000. Montana has more than 1,000.
Yeah.
Wyoming has more than 1,000. Minnesota has 2,300 wolves. And yet,
what do you hear?
Less than 100 in California, there is a multi-part documentary series on YouTube about how they're eating nothing but cattle. It's bonkers. California needs management. They're still illegal to kill and manage in California. They're illegal to kill and manage in Oregon and Washington and Minnesota.
Bonkers, man.
Crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy to me that Minnesota can support so many wolves.
And
and California has 80.
Yeah.
And their diet is mostly cattle.
You wondered why beef prices were so high. I think we just nailed it down. Well, beef out of California.
Yeah. I mean, that's insane. That's insane. And we really do need that active management, that hazing of wolves in California.
Almost feels like a t-shirt.
Right.
What the wolves of California and I have in common? We eat beef.
Yeah. Yeah. To say, okay, this is
not to say, though, my joke is not to say that, hey, I want to eliminate wolves in California.
But they are your biggest competition when it comes to eating cows. I get it.
But we need to have, they need to have better habitat access, but better management opportunities to allow for that to happen.
I hadn't looked at the number of wolves in California.
I'm kind of surprised that it's only
me too. That's why I asked you that question, because I would have guessed so much higher.
Where did that information come from?
AI.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna say I don't. I hesitatingly trust numbers that come from unreliable sources, but even from a reliable source, and this is in defense of where the number came from. How can you honestly know what the actual number
is?
Can't. So
you can't.
It's an estimate at best, but I'm going to say I hold biologists, people who do the field work, at the highest of that tier, and I'm going to say anything off the internet is pretty far down on my list of confidence level. Not that it's inaccurate, I just don't. Okay. You're right, but that's just me.
Yeah, and where else do you go for a quick answer on that? I would have to read for 7 hours to discern. Right.
It's not easy.
Biological report. It's crazy.
But I appreciate the transparency.
But yeah, 100% transparency. It could be wrong. It's an estimate. And the same thing in Colorado. In Colorado, there's a report.
That
report. It's an AI spit out of about 32 wolves in Colorado.
See, and what's interesting, it's on the other end of the spectrum, knowing that California has had, the wolves that are regionally there from
naturally migrated.
The states, it makes me go, I feel like there would probably be more. But in Colorado, knowing that they have been only recently reintroduced, a low number sounds correct to me.
It does.
So, but at the same time, just putting that out there for what it is.
But I think what's important to understand about both of those numbers, and that is those numbers are not going down.
That's a good point.
They're not going down. As much as people say, we've spent $30 million in Colorado and 27 wolves have died. What a waste of money. The number is not going down. You are never getting rid of wolves in California or Colorado. That is my opinion. It's a strong opinion, but they are never going away. It's over.
They're back, baby.
It's over. So we need active management, and we need it sooner rather than later. Because what is there to eat in California? Nothing. All the wild game is gone too.
Cattle.
Hasn't been grizzlies in 100 years. Hasn't been wolves in 100 years. They
got some elk population.
They have a very, very
an
small
antelope.
Roosevelt elk population. And there is a wild horse population in Nevada that they might get to work on that could really use some culling. But right now they're eating cows. And it's crazy to me. There's only 80 of them, and there's a multi-part documentary series on YouTube about it.
Yeah, interesting.
So, as always,
to be continued. Yeah. That takes us to stuttering through that one. The Wyoming wolves. Did we touch that in that?
Yeah. So there have been. You know what? I should do more research before I talk about it. Because what Wyoming did was, in certain areas, they realized, okay, there's been a lot of wolves killed here, and this is what active management is. Hey, what's the wolf population in this county or this hunting area? Oh, it's down? Okay, we're going to remove some tags. We want some wolves.
Yeah.
Right? And this is Wyoming going, yeah, we don't want to get rid of all the wolves. We want to get rid of some. We're charged with management of the wolves, not eradication or explosive growth. We're charged with management. And Wyoming goes, okay, this is just a great example. And this is what I think we're going to see with the bears, to have it open up, grizzly bears in 3 different states, to go, let's see what policies they come up with. Let's see how things work. Let's see how things go wrong. And let's see how the public responds. But to have it open in all 3 states, you'd think that being able to kill wolves in all 3 of those states in the Intermountain Northwest, that there would be a lot more anger out there.
Yeah.
And I don't see it.
Nope. The anger is usually isolated to the realms of the internet, where people are letting their frustration out because it's a safe place to do it.
Yeah, maybe so.
Well, I'm just saying that's where anger shows up in all its forms.
Yeah.
And in exacerbated form. Anyway, never mind that. Do you think now have there been in recent times with active wolf management, has there been, I know Idaho, I thought they had it for a bit, but have there been bounties on wolves? Or
there is now.
There is now.
$2,000. $2,000.
And I haven't been out to the woods except once this year.
And I talked to my buddy Jason, and he's like, even trappers I talked to have gotten 2.
Huh.
Wolves are hard to kill. The guys, the game warden says, yeah, the average shot on a wolf is 800 yards. They are hard to hunt, hard to kill.
So
they're very prolific hunters, and they're never going away.
If you get one with a bow.
Oh, get one with a bow. You're just, it just shows how cunning you are. Because you could talk them in. You could sound like a whimpering pup or something, and those wolves will dart in. They should.
Yeah.
It's all talk until I actually stick one.
There's a coyote bounty to talk about.
Yeah. Utah's worried about its mule deer population, and they should be. And part of managing that mule deer population is managing the coyote population. So they want to put out a bounty. They've raised a bunch of money, $2 million or $200,000, whatever, $100 a pup, and get them. And you can
trying to remember exactly where I was. I think I was just past Jerome on Saturday morning last week when I saw the coyote just out here. It was 4:00 in the morning. Mind you.
Yeah. It's so there's guys out there that can kill 10, 12 coyotes a night with thermal imagery.
Wow.
Where it's legal. And there's not a whole lot for the hides right now. But $100 bounty, and as soon as it came out too, my buddy Jason, he texted me the whole thing. He's like, "Hey man, $100 bounty. We're not that far from Utah.
No.
Not at all."
What am I looking at? CWD. You have this really interesting map.
I just found a map of CWD, and I thought the grouping was interesting. Whether or not it's accurate to the extremes, right? On the outward boundaries.
Right.
How close is it? I did not see that.
Well,
right? That looks like it's like centered in Colorado.
yeah.
I thought CWD was a Wisconsin thing.
Yeah.
Or a Maine thing. Right? And maybe I'm thinking the tick-borne illness.
Yeah.
Lyme disease.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm mixing up
Maybe,
Lyme disease.
'cause
So I just thought the map was interesting.
I agree with you on that. I was thinking it was more Midwest,
I didn't think it would be clustered in the West.
Yeah.
So CWD to be continued.
Yeah. And it's still more questions than answers in some respects.
But fear not, now that the Elk Season Podcast is on the case.
That's correct. Water report.
We'll get to the bottom of this. Woo! We're watching it close. There's one article I found that says the Colorado Rockies need 150% of their snowpack for the next 5 years in a row to get Lake Mead and Lake Powell to recover.
Yeah, it's not great. And even here in Idaho, it's less than normal. In fact, the image that I showed you of it's Arrow Rock Reservoir.
Yeah.
Lucky Peak is full, so that was like, okay, I wasn't expecting to see the levels this low, but they channeled that water down. And,
yeah, I think that's a lot of irrigation water.
And Arrow Rock though is old, man. It's an old dam.
Yeah. A lot of dams are pretty old.
Yeah. Damn.
They haven't built too many since the collapse of the Teton Dam in 1976.
Yeah.
In fact, I think that was one of the last ones the Army Corps of Engineers ever built.
Huh.
Right? Other dams have been private. So very similar. Maybe that's why I get them confused. But the 3 Mile Island, was that 1976 as well? It was pretty close.
Yeah, I think
we
so.
We haven't built a new nuclear reactor in this country since the 3
We're getting
Mile
close to
Island.
that too, though, because of what's going on here at INL.
That's right.
So
that's right. So fascinating, right?
Yeah. All these small world things.
Yeah.
Speaking of canal water, I had to explain to my boys yesterday as we were looking at Shoshone Falls.
Why you can't drink it? Just kidding.
The water that's not going over the edge is being put on farm fields.
Uh-huh.
Right. And so, and while we were looking at it, because we went down to Durkee's Lake, didn't catch anything. I was kind of there for some exercise. I'm like, well, I've got to pass. So we drove down to the main visitor area, and I realized, oh yeah, the north side in Jerome County has built a new road to have a viewing platform. And so we drove over there.
Oh,
and
nice.
So that's what the picture is I took here.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not completed. They don't have it finished, but it's disorienting. All three of us were like, we get to the edge because it kind of goes straight down to the water and then it concaves back and you can see it and your brain goes, I don't like this.
Yeah.
And I was like, boys, get in the truck. Let's go. I'm like, no, we're not falling off today.
I used to go there to fly my drone.
Yeah.
Just because there was nobody ever there.
Yeah.
And everybody goes to the Shoshone side or the Twin Falls side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, just kind of cool. I actually think it's a really incredible viewing point. When you have a high water year and you have a great falls to look at, it's going to be an amazing.
And I told Becky, I go, this is my spot where I go fly my drone. When you have photographs to take, go over there. And she's like, oh, okay. So she has tons of photographs because you can get photographs where Pillar Falls is in the background, where Shoshone Falls is in the background, where the Prime Bridge is in the background. And there's not all the supermarkets and stores on that side.
Yeah.
So.
Two last things on the list here. One of them is unrelated, and then we'll finish on a slightly related thing. If I can find it here. I came across a news thing the other day. I took a screenshot. Now, I don't have permission for the screenshot, but it's there. I want to know if you recognize it.
Okay. Yeah, so I saw this. This was the Roaring Springs. It was across.
It wasn't called Roaring Springs,
right.
But it's
It's
basically
a water park across from the old temple or the temple in Boise.
Yeah,
where we were abandoned for a day.
No, I just thought it was cool, and that's from around the time.
Yeah.
That we went there.
Yeah, it looks like it.
And then, but there used to be a water park in Boise, right there. I want to say where the Costco is,
right
maybe?
where the Edwards Theater. Costco, Edwards Theater, right around in there.
And it was on a hill, and that's all been flattened out for commerce. It's just kind of crazy to think that was there. But I do have memories. I was really scared in some regards and had a lot of fun in others. But
yeah, me too. Because Jane was in charge of the money.
Oh, good.
And nobody had any food. We didn't have any lunch. Jane was just in charge of the money. Oh, it was crazy. It was a crazy day. And we all survived. I don't know how.
I don't know either. I ended up getting a piece of rock stuck in my foot.
Oh my God.
I got out. So there's the roller coasters, the water slides on the far right of the park. If you're looking, on the far left, if you're looking at it, they were the fast ones.
Yeah.
I went down that and I ended up loving those ones. I went down them a few times. I got out one time and I wasn't thinking, but I stepped on this rock, not, being, however old I was, 11, 9, 10, whatever. And a piece of rock like stuck into my foot. It's really painful. Yeah. And I was scared to tell anybody. I told our sister Coral when we got back to Shoshone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And nothing ever came of it, so it must not have been a serious infection.
I stabbed myself in the hand once with a butcher knife and was too ashamed to tell anybody. And I was like 7. I could feel like I squeezed my hand. I could feel bubbles in it. It was really, really weird.
No. I think you've told me that before.
Like, maybe it'll go away and I won't get in trouble.
All right.
And that's how Gen X grew up.
I'm just going to read this headline, and then I'll let you take it where you want to.
Okay.
Investigators say Colorado bear that ate human remains shouldn't crave people. It does, but it shouldn't.
Right. So there's this idea that when a bear eats human flesh, it starts to crave human flesh, right? And this is all BS, right? It doesn't crave human flesh. It's such a funny story.
Once it gets the taste of red meat.
When and what it brings to mind is Night of the Grizzlies. The Night of the Grizzlies, the book about how the 2 young women were killed on the same night. And everybody's like, don't go with a woman into the woods when she's on her cycle. Right? And that's what it becomes. Right? No.
Fear-mongering.
You can't hike here because there's a bear that has the taste for human flesh. Right? It's so outside the norm. It's so ridiculous.
I didn't see the shark in there, by the way.
Oh, man. I know there's a few pictures,
but
few
not to distract from
it.
the bear, the man-eating bear. But anyway, yeah, it's
man-eaters. If you want to stay with man-eaters, I had a picture of a polar bear versus a black bear. This is the size difference, and understanding that polar bear weighs 700 or 800 pounds, right? And the great white shark, which is the largest great white shark that's ever been tagged, weighs 1,700 pounds. Weighs almost 1,000 pounds more than a giant polar bear.
That's crazy.
It's so hard to fathom. And they say most great whites stay within about 100 meters ashore. 400 feet.
Huh.
Right? It's not very far. That's where they hunt.
It makes sense.
Yeah, that's where the ecosystem is.
Yeah, when you go down to what's the Cape on the Cape of Africa or whatever, where they go eat the seals and stuff, and you can just
Cape Cod.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Sorry, it seems like there's a lot of footage.
Cape Horn and Cape of Good Hope.
Yeah, maybe.
Cape Horn is South America. Cape of Good Hope, I think, is Africa. Okay, yeah.
Because the warmer waters, the seals get out there and they
have
frenzies on the animals down there, the penguins and seals and whatnot.
And those sharks are so big. Anyway, so understanding big predators, we live in big predator country, but it's not Nova Scotia.
No, it's definitely not that. We can thank the powers that be for that one.
Right, but how comfortable are those people swimming in shark-infested waters when you and I would be worried? And you and I gladly hike in grizzly-infested forests with not a care. Right? We totally would. Be like, okay, because that's just where we live. And
that's what I've done.
Right.
Huh.
Yeah. So anyways, I just was making that comparison too. That's what I have for today. You got some busy stuff coming up. Next week, we have I'm going to the family camp out, which no one is going to.
That's what I heard.
Except Jane and her kids.
Oh, goodness.
So Becky's going to be out of town, so I'm like, I'll just go. It'll be great. Just to have be able to, a smaller company, get to know people a little bit better.
Yeah, I wish the timing was better. It's the wrong timing for me, and my classes end at the end of the week, and I've just got to be present for
Can't leave that hanging.
thing. So
it's a bummer. It's a bummer because I do like the family get together, but having it in the middle of summer is rough. We always get together on Memorial Day.
Yes.
And it's always a really good get together.
Yes.
And I wish can we extend that and just go camping? Or?
I know. But at the same rate, though, I love the effort and I appreciate the time and thought and energy that our family puts into it. All the work that Jane does. She's been really the forefront of a lot of this, reaching out, making communications. She reached out to me and confirming that I wasn't going to be there. And I told her I'm heartbroken. I want to be there. But she's like, well, not everybody's coming anyway, or something like that. But I took, if you watch this, I'm just... what do you say? I'm putting a twist on it that probably wasn't even real, but it's just meant to say thank you.
You feel some guilt
because I didn't know soon enough and it just wasn't good. Yeah. So anyway,
no podcast next week.
Okay.
What about the week after? You around?
I should be.
What's going on that week?
I don't know. I'm going to be gone camping in a couple weeks. So
okay. So it might be that week.
I think it's the week after, actually. Okay. I think I'm home the first week of August and then gone. Because I think that week after is my birthday week. So.
Oh, okay. Okay, and I have a trip to New York City coming up next month.
Okay.
And then in October, we're going to Salem, Massachusetts.
That's right. You're busy.
I don't know what I'm doing. It's crazy.
It'll be a good time.
Oh, my gosh. I'm exhausted thinking about it.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Which is why I let my wife do all the thinking.
Okay.
Just tell me when we're leaving, and I know what to pack, and I'll just go and I'm there. I don't know what you say, a security guard.
Sure.
I just see my family. Oh, here you go. We'll just get through this, and that's my job, because I feel like I have to do something on vacation.
Yeah.
But Becky does all the planning, and I have a buddy at the gym whose wife does the same thing. And she goes, we're leaving for Disneyland in 2 days, and he has no idea what's happening. And I go, right on. That's perfect. He's my man.
Nice.
That's how I do it. Okay,
I am the opposite.
I'm glad I'm not alone.
I'm like, I need to know all the details. I'm more of one of those kinds of guys.
I like surprises.
I'm getting better at liking surprises, but man, it's been a long road. Vesta's been working on me for a long time to get better with surprises because she likes surprises.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose I should be better at surprises.
So if I planned something and it showed up and it's like, if I was, it's be the opposite where like, we're going to Disneyland in 2 days and she has no idea. I just told her to take some time off work.
Yeah.
Like that would be like something she would really love.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure Becky would love it too. She would love it too if I did that. But after I tell her to take 2 weeks, I'm lost. I need your help planning. I'm sure I could do it. But I don't know how much she wants to go gold prospecting in Australia.
Right. There's
surprise.
I keep watching clips every day of a guy. Day 21 of me trying to get money to buy a new SUV, and he's like $40,000 of his $80,000 goal.
Wow.
Yeah, he's finding nuggets all the time. He's got some good stuff.
Nice. And he's Australia?
Yeah. Oh man. I think he's Australian. It sounds Australian.
If I ever just disappear,
go
check the Outback.
Look down on it.
I'm probably dead there somewhere.
Right on.
Okay, and until 2 weeks then.
Cheers.
Goodbye.
In the morning light, before dawn, bow grip tight, heart beating strong. Through the forest, ancient giants roam. In the land where the wild calls me home. Pines and the autumn breeze, driven by the chase, crisp air I breathe. With every step I take, earth beneath my feet. In nature's beauty where the hunter and elk meet. The mountains rise, kissed by the sun. In September, where I belong, bugles echo loudly through the veil, a symphony of an ancient tale. Through the whispering pines and the autumn breeze, driven by the chase, crisp air I
I breathe. With every step I take, earth beneath my feet. In nature's beauty where the hunter and elk meet. Silent as the morning mist, I travel on with careful grace. Every shadow, every sound surrounds me in this wild embrace. The challenge and the thrill, the patience and the skill, in the dance of life and nature, my heart's forever filled. As the sun sets, shadows long and deep, I find my place with the memories I keep. The chase and the beauty of a day gone by. Deep in the mountains, my spirit cries. Through the whispering pines and the autumn breeze, driven by the chase, crisp air I breathe. With every step I take, earth beneath my feet. In nature's beauty, out where the hunter and elk meet. Here's to the wild places where the elk and I both roam. The chase that brings us closer to the place that I call home. In the stillness of the forest, in the grandeur of the land, I am one with nature's wonder, with my bow here in my hand.